Hey everybody, Motorport 59. I'm talking a little bit about Finland and Sweden joining NATO. The House has ratified and approved their entrance into the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and I think that's a good thing. I think they'll be good, strong members. They both have strong militaries. They have been training with NATO forces for 50 years, so they're well acquainted with NATO procedure, and we're well acquainted with working with them. I think it's a good idea. These two countries have historically been neutral, and that worked for them for most of the history of the Cold War anyway. But with Putin doing his crazy stuff, his invasion of Ukraine, totally unprovoked, the guy's crazy. He's a nutcase, and he's an evil person. And Finland shares a huge border with Russia, and Sweden is just across the Baltic. They're both easily within reach of Russia, and I think that they realize that they would be better off being under the umbrella of NATO. These are countries with market economies, and they have as decent an economy in this way the world's going right now as anyone else. So they shouldn't have any problem paying their fair share as long as somebody makes them do it. But I do believe it's a good idea for both of us. NATO is 30 members, I think, prior to this. I should have looked it up, sorry. But it's around 30. But I think it makes NATO stronger, and it's going to get Putin's attention. He will think twice before deciding to just arbitrarily invade either one of those countries. Would he have done that anyway? I don't know. When a country's neutral, if something like that happens and NATO were to get involved, or America specifically, there are all kinds of things attached to something like that. I don't think the world would clamor much about it. I don't even think Russia would clamor much about it if we got involved, other than the fact that us becoming involved would be an act of war with the United States, whereas when it's a NATO issue, America isn't directly involved, even though we're directly involved. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's not an act of war against any specific country if it's a NATO issue. And I don't know. I think it's a good idea. They've always been friendly to us. One of the things that I like about them and their stance on things and their proof that they're not going to back down from anybody is they have never just allowed the United States to operate freely and with impunity in their waters. They didn't even want us around there without their permission, and that's their right. If more countries would stand up to people like that, I think we'd have a lot fewer problems. But it's just my opinion. I could be all wet on that, but it's just the way I feel. Standing up to bullies is always a good thing. But anyway, they're countries of strength. They're countries of honor. And I'm glad to see them come in. And for those of you who think they're socialist countries, they're not socialist countries. Those are countries with market economies. They just tend to have more social programs than the United States. And they pay about 5 times the taxes we pay to have those social programs. So for all you conservatives out there that think we're wrapping socialist countries into NATO, we're not. But anyway, as I said, what do you think about it? Are you a fan of the Scandinavian states, particularly Sweden and Finland? I am. I like that. I've never been to any of those countries, but I've always liked the way they approach things. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorport59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you all later.